Right, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction. Today we got how big do hurricanes get. This is from RealLifeLore. Honestly, RealLifeLore makes amazing videos. This is gonna be super interesting. All right, how big do hurricanes get? Let's get it, man.
Still the queen of our planet, and
True.
one of the greatest displays of her raw power can be found in the form of hurricanes.
True.
These huge and often disastrous storms are a well-known fact of life to sailors and coastal communities the world over. But these storms are called different things depending on where you are. In the Atlantic and northeastern Pacific, they are hurricanes. In the northwestern Pacific, they are typhoons, while in the South Pacific and Indian Oceans, they are known as cyclones. Whatever name they go by, they're nothing to take lightly.
Wait, what's the difference between like a tornado then? What's a tornado compared to like a hurricane?
But how large and how powerful can these storms actually get? Let's start by explaining the Saphir-Simpson scale, which you've probably already seen used. It measures hurricanes on a scale between Category 1 on the low end and Category 5 on the high end. To help you visualize what each level of the scale means, let's begin with the smallest known cyclone ever on record, Tropical Storm Marco. To be classified as a Category 1 hurricane,
it's just a little breeze.
Wind speeds of at least 74 miles per hour.
Oh my god, wait,
and
never mind.
Since Marco only had a maximum
What
speed
the
of
fuck?
65 miles per hour, it wouldn't even register on the scale. The storm was about the same size as Rhode Island, and the damage it caused when it impacted Mexico was minimal. But obviously,
65 miles per hour, and it's not even recognized as a stage 1.
actual hurricanes can get much nastier than
What
this.
the fuck?
Even on the low end at a Category 1 storm, Hurricane Nate in 2017 became the costliest natural disaster in the history of Costa Rica, causing $787 million in damage and claiming
Holy
the lives
shit.
of 48 people. A Category 1 storm has wind speeds ranging between 74 and 95 miles per hour, and Nate's max speed at 90 miles per hour easily made it make the mark. But the further up the scale we go, the more ferocious the wind speeds become. At Category 2, a hurricane must have wind speeds between 96 and 110 miles per hour. This is fast enough to damage roofs and windows of homes, uproot some trees, and destroy mobile homes. Hurricane Arthur is a recent example of this type, which grew to about the size of Montenegro. Once we reach Category 3, these and all further storms are considered to be major hurricanes. To be considered a Category 3,
Do you know what's scary? I swear hurricanes aren't uncommon. Like, they happen quite a bit, don't they?
storm needs to have wind speeds between 111 and 129 miles per
fuck
hour.
that.
Even the most well-built homes or office buildings can suffer minor damage against this, while buildings without a solid foundation will probably be totally destroyed.
Holy shit.
Hurricane Otto in 2016 was a good example of this type, which grew to have a max wind speed of 115 miles per hour and became close in size to the Netherlands.
And this is stage 3,
Hurricanes
right?
start getting extremely terrifying when they reach Category 4, though. The deadliest natural disaster in all of American history was because of a Category 4 hurricane that struck the city of Galveston in 1900. With wind speeds approaching 145 miles
Holy
per hour,
shit.
the hurricane basically destroyed the entire city and left
what the
somewhere between
fuck?
6,000 and 12,000 people dead. But that's nowhere near the
No
deadliest
way.
cyclone in world history. That unfortunate honor goes to the 1970 Bhola Cyclone that smashed into
These do seem pretty rare. When I mean rare, I mean like 10-year gaps between different
a
categories.
place that used to be
I don't
called
know if
East
that's
Pakistan,
good or
and now
bad.
It's called Bangladesh. The storm was about the size of Albania and claimed the lives of over 500,000 people.
What the
More than all
fuck?
American fatalities during the Second World War combined. Another horrible record
What?
set by a Category 4 hurricane was by Harvey in 2017.
Holy shit.
Approaching the size of Hungary, it slammed into the coast of Texas in 2017 and became the costliest hurricane in history, causing over $125 billion in damage,
No
which
way.
is also close to Hungary's total GDP. So you could maybe call Harvey a Hungary missile. But
No
that missile's
fucking
record
way.
is technically tied with an even more ferocious storm.
It's actually crazy to think that like literally hurricanes can be this powerful. Like
Back in
what?
2005, Katrina, which became a monster close in size to Poland with wind speeds of 175 miles per hour. It also caused
So you're telling me there's a hurricane that big that the whole entire the whole Poland is feeling the wind speeds of this?
$125 billion in damage and
Fucking
claimed the
hell.
lives of over 1,000 people when it struck the southern U.S. This is our first Category 5 hurricane. but there are many more that have been significantly bigger. As it stands now, as of the making of this video, Hurricane Florence has not yet made landfall in the Carolinas, but it's looking like a true monster that's approaching the size of France. Hurricane Patricia back in 1979 grew to about the size of the entire Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal combined, and clocked in the highest wind speed ever measured in a hurricane at a demonically fast 215
There's no way, bro.
miles per hour. That's
There's
fast
no
enough
way.
to probably destroy most buildings it would ever come across. But there
What
still
the
are a
fuck?
few that have grown even bigger. While not as ferociously
Wait, so it's saying that they've grown bigger, but they've just not been on land. If they've been like in the
fast,
oceans and stuff.
Hurricane John was considerably bigger in size, nearly the same as Iran. John holds the record for being the longest lasting hurricane at 31 days and the furthest distance traveled by one, 11,530 kilometers, or about 29% of the way around the entire
Hey, yo, this needs to be called Hurricane Big John. This is a big guy right
Only
here.
a tiny handful of hurricanes have ever been bigger than this, but one of them was Sandy, which became the biggest hurricane to ever strike the US. It was about half the size of Australia, which looks horrific on a map
Holy
by the
shit.
East Coast. But with a wind speed of only 115 miles per hour, it was actually classified as just a Category 3 storm, so the damage it
You know, it might be bigger than the Category 5, but it's a little Category 3.
caused wasn't as bad as it could have been if it had
It's a
been
little Cat
upgraded.
3.
But by far the biggest and most terrifying storm our planet is known to have ever experienced was Typhoon Tip back in 1979. Growing in the northwestern Pacific, Tip reached a size comparable to the entire country of India and maintained wind speeds
Yo, my eyebrows went up because I thought it was gonna say like a whole entire continent or something, like the whole entire Africa or you know what I mean?
190 miles per hour. Thankfully, Tip
Holy
weakened
shit.
before it eventually hit Japan, but imagine the damage it could have caused if it had hit somewhere at its peak strength. If the
Wait. Why was it a good thing it hit India? Was that like what?
$125 billion of damage in Texas, imagine what an India missile could have done to Japan. But worst of all, hurricanes are probably
Why is that not bad? Why that being in India wasn't bad?
going to get bigger later during this century because of global warming.
Yeah.
The warmer that ocean water gets, the stronger that a hurricane's winds can become.
Yeah.
NOAA estimates that because of climate change, hurricane intensity will increase 2 to 11% by 2100, which doesn't sound like a lot until you remember that 2 to 11% of wind speeds close to 200 miles per hour is close to 4
It's literally
to
another
22 additional miles per hour, which is fast enough over a speed limit to get you a ticket pretty much anywhere.
What we're gonna do is start taking tickets in the hurricanes? Is that what we're gonna do? Hey, yo, Big John! Hey, you're 2 miles per hour more than what you normally be, bro. Ticket.
Speed is important, or
Imagine.
at least the illusion of it is. Before I started this YouTube channel, I created a feature-length movie over a summer,
But that was a really good video, really dope. It's actually recommended by someone hopping into my Twitch stream. I'm live every single day on Twitch, and that link is in the description. So if you guys want to hop over, come and have a chat, tell me what videos you want to see, what not. Also tell me what you guys think about the videos. I would appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.